So different types of diseases affect different part of body. Okay, different types, so many types, so many kinds of so many type of diseases are there. Okay, these diseases, different type of diseases affect means attack. Okay, some type of diseases attack some part of body. Suppose we have any stomach pain attack which body? Stomach. Okay, suppose we have headache. Okay, headache is a disease which affect what? Our head. Okay, so suppose we have ear pain which disease what? Ear. Okay, so different type of diseases attack different type of body. Suppose we have fever, we cannot even walk, we cannot take anything. Okay, so fever affect our legs, our hands. Okay, so if we have fever, we will have headache. So fever attack what? Head. So different type of diseases affect different parts of body. Okay, so the indication given by the body to show the presence of disturbances or a disease is called what? Symptoms. Okay, symptoms. So what do you mean by symptoms? Suppose we have disease what? Stomach pain. Suppose we have a disease called what? Stomach pain. So stomach pain is a disease. So symptom is what? Pain in stomach. Okay, so pain is an indication. Pain tells us what? There is something in our stomach. There is something in our stomach. So that pain tells us that there is a disease in stomach. So this pain is called what? Symptoms. Adayalam. Okay, Roga Lakshanam. Understand? Okay, so if you have fever, fever is a symptoms. Okay, fever is a symptoms that we have injury, or we have any injury on our internal body, we will have what? Fever. So fever is a symptom of that injury in our body, or on inside or outside of our body. Okay, so suppose we have disease called typhoid. Typhoid is a disease. Okay, a person who have typhoid will have what? Fever. Okay, a person who has typhoid will have a fever. So fever indicates that, fever tells us that the person what? Has the disease typhoid. Okay, is a disease. Malaria is a disease. The person who has the disease malaria, so fever indicates that, tells that the person has the disease. Okay, so fever is symptom is thing which tells that the person has some disease. Okay, this is called what? Symptoms. Understand? Symptoms. If you have what? Typhoid or cholera is a disease. So we will have what is the symptom? Vomiting. Chardi. Vomiting means chardi. So a person who has cholera will have the indication vomiting. So vomiting tells us that the person has the disease cholera. Okay, doctor will check and doctor will understand that the person is person is affected, okay, person is attacked by the disease cholera. So any disease, okay, any disease which will have what, a symptom, that symptoms tells us that the person is caused by some disease. Okay, so symptom is what, indicator, okay, symptom is a indicator. Symptoms tells what, to show the presence of disturbances or disease. Okay, symptoms given by the body. Okay, indicator tells us what, the person is attacked by some disease, these indications, okay, this indication is called what, symptoms. Understand? So what do we mean symptoms? Symptoms is anything which tells us, which indicates that, okay, that the person is caused by some diseases. Okay, this is what, symptoms. And for example, fever is a symptom of disease. Fever is a symptom of a disease. Fever is an indicator of some disease. Okay, disease in our part of body. Okay, if there is some disease in the part of our body, suppose if we have some disease in our lungs or in our kidney, in heart, any disease, so that we will have what, a fever. So fever tells us that there is a symptom in your lungs, in your kidneys, okay, in your stomach, in your head. Okay, so there is any infection in our head, there is some infections in our throat or in our head, so we will have what, a fever. So fever is an indicator. Fever tells us that there is some disease in your head, there is some disease in your throat, there is some disease in your heart, there is some disease in your kidney. So fever is a symptom of many diseases in our body. Understand? So if we have any disease in our throat, if we have any disease in our throat, we will have what, throat pain. Okay, isn't it? If you get infection in your throat, infection means that attack. Okay, if you have any attack, if you have any damage, okay, if you have any problem, infection means problem. If you have any problem in our throat means what, tonda. Okay, if you have any problem in our throat, the symptom will be what, throat pain. Okay, we have or you have or I have what, throat pain. That means that we have what, a disease in our throat. So throat pains tells us that there is a disease, there is a problem in our throat. So throat pain is a symptom. So symptom tells us that there is some damage, there is some disturbances, there is some disease in our body part. Okay, this is called what, symptoms. Example is what, if we have any throat pain, okay, so sorry, if we have any disease in our throat, so what will we have? We will have throat pain. So throat pain is a symptoms. Why? Throat pains indicates that, tells us that there is some damage in our throat. Throat pain tells us, indicates that there is some damage, there is some problem in our throat. So throat pain is an indicator. Throat pain is an indicator. Throat pain is symptom. Okay, symptom means indicator, which tells us the way, which tells us the paths, which paths we have to go. Okay, if you have stomach pain, if you have stomach pain, and suppose we go the doctor, so doctor will understand that there is some disease in our stomach. So stomach pain is an symptom. Okay, by understanding the symptoms, doctor will understand the disease. So symptoms which shows the indication, the presence of disease. Symptoms shows the presence of disease, presence of damage in our body part. Okay, so symptom is anything which shows the presence of disease in our body. Understand? By understanding the symptoms, by analyzing the symptoms, we can understand that there is some damage, there is some disease in our body part. If you have injury, we will have a pain. So pain is a symptom. Understand? If we have some wound, we will have pain. So what? We will understand that. So pain is a symptom, indicator of the disease, wound. Okay, so this is called these are called symptoms. Okay, so diseases, damages, problems in our body can be categorized into, can be classified into, can be divided into two types. Problems, damages or diseases in our body can be classified into, can be divided into two types. So there are two types of diseases. Okay, one is communicable diseases and another is non-communicable diseases. Okay, communicable means which spread, which travel, that disease which travels from one person to another person. Communicable means what? Communicable disease means the disease which travel from one person to another person. Okay, suppose I have a disease and suppose the disease travel from me to another person. So that disease is called what? Communicable disease. Okay, communicable disease, for example corona. Suppose I am affected with corona, then the disease corona will travel from me to another person. Okay, so what we make non-communicable disease? Non-communicable disease means the disease does not spread. The disease does not spread. Suppose I have a disease which does not travel from me to another person, then that disease is called what? Non-communicable disease. That we will understand very detailed in next class. Okay, thank you.